Ah, man, festive season entertaining can be a little bit daunting. With so many options of what to serve up, it can get quite confusing as well. The added pressure of in-laws, people around, you've got to impress them.
You invite
Chef,
in-laws?
yeah, man, they're here. The Geordies are out as we speak, and I've been cooking, man, cooking up a storm. Chef Peter stood beside me here, my absolute champion, is going to inspire us, along with Alex, with some beer battered fish taco. Something awesome, something very flavorful, and that's what it's all about. And something quite novel and interesting. And we're going to flip the script on Christmas, isn't it? Nothing says festive season South Africa like a Mexican fish dish, dude. I mean,
yeah, but it's got a little bit of South African flavors. I mean, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Peter.
Oh, look at
Thank you,
that.
Graham. Thank you for having me.
Dude, absolute pleasure. Yeah, well done on.
And you know what's so exciting? I got my bike back from the doctor yesterday, so big shout out to Mandy who sorted it out.
Oh, man.
Because I was able to ride all the way here, and then I got to cook with you as well.
Hair blowing in the wind.
Blowing in the wind. I mean, what more do I want?
But no, that's what it's all about. And I think for me, Christmas in South Africa is all about fresh, it's all about flavor, it's all about the sun, and this fits that mold perfectly. And it's also about social eating, and this is very social. But before we waste any more time...
And it's on trend. Can't forget, this is on trend.
Absolutely.
It's something that's coming through. It's fresh, it's light.
Would you rock this in a food truck?
Absolutely.
That's where you start. You got to start with tacos.
I love it. So you're going to
Graham, just a very important thing. You buy them already made like this. That's all you need to do. But do pop it in your oven 180 degrees for about 5 minutes. Otherwise, it has a raw flavor. So you do need to
you want
toast
to toast it off. Okay, and you can get them from Woolies really simple.
Straight like
easy.
that, but all I'm saying is just pop in your oven for a couple of minutes. Okay, what would you like? Why don't you start getting the batter going? Okay.
Fantastic.
So, and we're going to use beer. Hopefully, it's a good beer.
Yeah, and you spoil for choice with your craft beers and things at the moment. So,
there's so many different types of beers. So what I'm going to do, Alex, is I'm going to take some avo and mix it together, some yogurt, and then we're going to mix some red cabbage and corn, and then a couple of you can
fun little goodies.
You can put these into into your batter. If you want.
Thank you.
There's some chili.
Is this already measured, Chef?
Yes, yeah. It's all.
Cool.
You can toss it in.
Okay.
Okay. Salt and pepper as well. I'm just going to season my fish separately. Always remember to do that. Otherwise, the batter's got flavor, but the fish has got no flavor.
Doesn't. Okay.
So yeah.
Always.
What fish are we using here? Hake.
We're using hake. Probably the best fish available on the green sassy list, and it really is so underrated.
No,
it
completely
so
beautiful flavour. It's, for me, when I think of kind of fish and chips or battered fish hake, it's probably the first beautiful fleshy fish, lovely taste, not too fishy. If does that sound silly?
Yeah,
but I'm not a fan of overly fishy fish.
You know, and we're so lucky where my kitchens are. There's this fishery that's been going for over 100 years, and they make that real slap chips and that grilled hake, you know, and it's. Can't tell you. It's
What's the key to a good batter? In this case, obviously you want the flavour, but what's the watchword when you go into? Oh, look at that, buddy.
Well, you never want to mix it too much. So never put in a machine because then the batter won't stick to it. Okay. So I've checked the oil. How to check the oil? Just take one of your items and just pop it in. You can see that it's starting to frizzle.
You get that.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So are you going to just dunk that and then drop them in there?
I like the way he's just throwing you in there like you know exactly what you're doing.
He's a Joburg boy. He's a Joburg boy. All Joburg boys know what they do.
He's a hustler, boy.
Always.
A hustler. Lovely.
There we go.
And this, Alex, this must suit your palate, your vibe, being a food trucker.
Always, eh? I mean, we're busy with this every single weekend, every single day. It's something I enjoy doing. It's a passion. It's turned into a job. It's turned into a business. And you are serving 1,000, 2,000 people per day on occasion, which is amazing, you know, and it's really difficult at the same time.
Yeah, man, but it's unforgiving because you're judged by every person tasting your food.
No, absolutely. And, you know, you're only as good as your last dish.
Yeah.
And because you're cooking every single dish from scratch every single time for every new customer, it's never the same. And the part of the game is to keep consistent. That's
absolutely.
That's the difficult part of it.
But also enjoy it. I mean, cooking is wonderful. You love cooking.
Yeah, no, it's one of my great joys, honestly. And I found now I enjoy it so much, I've become a side seat driver. So when my poor girl's trying to cook, I'm leaning over her shoulder. Are you sure you want to do it? You don't want to kind of add to the point? Now she just makes me cook. That's the way. Okay, so we've got our tacos. We've given them about 15 minutes in the oven as well.
So what I'm going to do with this one, we don't have a board, do we, and a knife? Do we have a board and a knife?
We've got this beautiful thing.
There we go. Okay,
well done.
Let's just use this board. So we're going to just cut that up a little bit.
Let me grab those from you and I'll put that out of the way. Let me actually do something of use in this dish, man.
I'll keep this.
Okay, so we're going to put our fish into our taco. Let's give it a little bit
And the keyword here is Woolworths to 33728. You SMS that, and it will send you a link.
Absolutely everything. I mean, the beautiful plain yogurt that we've added to this from Woolies, the avo.
And they've got some smashing avos.
Smashing avos. Okay, so now I'm going to throw some corn into here. I love corn. Corn is like...
Sweet corn is a winner. And this is very Mexican palates as well, which is cool, but it's not played out.
Graham, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I created 2 recipes when I did this. The one is actually just going onto your site, but that's with an actual ceviche Mexican version of a taco. Cool. So you're going to have that. How's our fish looking?
Getting there.
Getting there. Okay, so let me just plate up these 2 quickly.
So how do you know? Because obviously you want a beautiful batter, but you want your fish to be cooked to the right degree. You don't want it to be dry. You don't want it to be undercooked. How do you know?
Graham, normally, I would say the rule of thumb is when the batter's nice and a nice colour, you know that the fish is actually cooked.
Because it doesn't need a lot,
It doesn't need a lot. And remember, you can eat raw fish.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and any fish, you can use hake for sushi. A lot of people don't realise that.
Yeah.
You don't need to use tuna and... So literally, fresh fish, any fresh fish you can use.
Absolutely.
And I mean, a good white fish like that, especially for like a Mexican ceviche dish, is absolutely incredible.
So obviously you can get your hake at Woolies, but you want a guy, hey? You got to have a guy to get your fish. You want a guy, man.
Yeah, I tell you something, not that I want to sell any app, but there's an app at the moment that restaurants are using. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's sustainable, and it's the little end fish are only on handline, and they sell the fish directly to restaurants. So it is remarkable. I mean, it's something, and it's an ex-UCT student who came up with this whole...
we love it. I mean, our show is all about sustainable
absolutely
fishing models, but I love the fact that, especially here, we are so spoiled to have access to this. Okay, so to wrap things up here, so that's starting to get a beautiful brown colour.
Oh, look at that, man.
As simple as that, and the keyword again is Woolies to 33728. What I love about this is it's social. You can bang out, not thousands maybe in your case, bro, but you can feed the masses.
But Graham, imagine, I mean, if you've got all your fish fried in that, you can actually bang these up. And you could do 300, 400, 500 of these. And you can get beautiful different flavors. As I say, as long as it goes in that oven for 5 minutes just before you start packing it.
Just to get that toastiness.
Few ingredients, fresh ingredients. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Not too many things. So,
do it simply and do it well. Buddy, it's been an absolute pleasure watching your journey, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure cooking with you again, man. Love this guy. Fresh and full of flavour. This recipe must have for your summer entertainment menu. SMS again that keyword Woolworths to 33728 to get your hands on this recipe. Chef Peter has even included a second taco recipe, as he said, to fry out, if you will. And you can find out more festive inspiration. Be sure to buy a copy of the December issue of Taste magazine. They really have gone out of their way to make it easy for us. Gents, should we have a little taste here? I'm going to crack a taco, man.
I think so.
I'll definitely eat one of yours.